People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now, people, it seems as if the Bellevue syndrome, the copycat syndrome, it is global. It is happening overseas. And worse, it seems as if it is an epidemic in Jamaica. As it pertains to crime and madness, the people definitely no head. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in St. Elizabeth, where it is said that 4 officers, 4 constables to be specific, Mr. Hill, Mr. Barnes, Mr. Auburn, and Mr. Sinclair, they were taken off duty for a very despicable act. Based on information, it is said that they were on operation at a place called Crawford Main Road. When they stopped a vehicle, apparently, this vehicle, driven by a 26-year-old lady, it did not have the appropriate plate. When they stopped the lady, asked for the typical license registration, full 100. Apparently, that vehicle was not properly registered. So therefore, they demanded cash, whether they were bribed or whether they demanded cash. The lady told them, listen, I only have $7,000. That's all I can give you, $7,000 right now. People, if you do the maths, $7,000 divided by 4 constable, that is about $1,750 each. The constable them said, no, at this, we want $50,000 or we are going to prosecute you. $50,000 divided by 4, $12,500 each. These men were ready and able to put their job and reputation on the line for $12,500 Jamaican each. However, the story got worse. The lady said, all right, I don't have the 50, I have 7 for me right now. However, I have an ATM card, an NCB ATM card. You can take me there and I will withdraw the balance or withdraw the 50,000. They took the bait. Well, not the bait, they were just too licky. Whether they drove behind her or drive with her, take her to the ATM. When they went to the ATM machine, things did not work out as planned. The withdrawal was declined. Maybe she did not have 50,000 with her. Officer them say, all right then, a data go on. A play with. You take off an idiot or something. Listen, you don't have no money. However, you have something that is probably worth a little bit of trade to us, has some sorts of trade value. Based on information, it is said that one of the constables, he demanded that him want him little teely, him Guguzela forget blow, or him want some sorts of pumps for balance out the check or balance out the 50,000. Him tell the lady, go round at the back there, so I want supermarket. I think the name of the supermarket was In-Town Supermarket. That is in Black River. The ATM, Black River. The supermarket, Black River, St. Elizabeth. Like I said, I guess he took her to the back and he did his due. She did her due. And then they left. However, the story did not end right there. It was not a happy ending for the po like they thought. It is said that the lady then went to the Popo station in a Santa Cruz and she made a report that, listen, some people pull me over, some of your constables, and they demanded money. I tell them I only have 7. Them carry me go to the ATM. It never get through. Them take my card. Them charge up some things for my card. And then at least one of them, I was told, that is Constable Hill, took the lady to the back of the supermarket and commenced to some free PUMS. Lady go to Santa Cruz Popo station, like me tell you. Them take her go to the hospital. Them do some sorts of swab, some sorts of RAPE test. I am assuming it came back positive that yes, she was violated. The ARR3 Popo station, which is St. Elizabeth, pull over the Popo them, disarm them, take them off of duty. ARR3 and Indicom is investigating. Now people, when we hear stuff like this, we understand say, yes, them Popo are underpaid and overwork. So therefore, we understand, not saying that it is justified when they are out there giving the left and the right. Left a thing or we go right a ticket. Them a try to make up, supplement the income. However, they take it to a new low. When you have Popo out there that are acting in nothing less than a criminal mindset, that want to pull over people and demand cash. You want 50 grand or else you are going to prosecute. That is not your job. It is not either or. Yes, it is up to the conscience or consideration of the Popo to determine whether they want to charge this person or not, or if they want a bly. However, when you, as an officer, with your other 3 cronies, 4 peas in a pod, did not see anything wrong with the demands, did not see anything wrong with the 3 or 4 follow on a friend, 4 total, sorry. If you drive behind this lady or drive with this lady in her car, pretty much all the lady ransom, pretty much ABDUCTED, this lady, take her go at ATM, then take her at the back and a demand blow or demand PUMS. Which part of the training school you learn this? Which part of morals and ethics and just being an officer? None of you never see anything wrong with this. And people don't know how the conversation switch from demanding money to switch that you want blow or you want PUMS. How did the conversation get from one point to the next? Did this lady act in a way that was loose? And people, I am not justifying their action, I just say. Something must have given you some sorts of inclination that, yeah, this lady are kind of loose. Or maybe you, in your demented, delusional, weird, warped mind, just tell yourself that you can do whatever. You are just going to go rogue. You are just going to go all out and take it from one extreme to the next. If you do that to that lady there, for a woman, I can assume that that is the most disturbing thing that can happen to you. The worst violation ever. For some sorts of stranger demanding or taking or forcefully doing something to you that you did not agree to or you was pressured into, whichever way you want to look at it. What is even worse, it is said that the officers, or maybe one of the officers, threatened the lady that, listen, if you talk, we are going to take you away. So therefore, not only this whole thing started over some sorts of ticket or traffic violation, then it turned to bribery, then it turned to ASSAULT, and then you want to take with the lady if she go talk. People like me say, this incident occurred in a Black River. She reported it to Santa Cruz Paw Station. Them take her go to the hospital. I guess they did some sorts of tests. So therefore, whatever the result that came back, that is what the court is going to use against these 4 monsters. However, don't think that it is going to be a slam dunk case. Because one thing that we've come to realize when it comes to these paw, they will back each other. They got each other's back, no matter how despicable the crime is. Whether them jump over a fence, whether them are falsify reports, and some sorts of person losing them life, they are not going to go down without some sorts of FIGHT. They will be afforded the best lawyers that money can buy, the so-called name lawyers, such as the Champagne, such as the Nita Robertson, such as the Samuels. So therefore, they are going to be lawyered up. It is going to be their word, meaning 4 officers, the constables, versus this one lady in a court. If them threaten her after them act, don't you know this lady's life is going to be in jeopardy when she go to court? Chances are she will be scared. Chances are her life will be in fear. Chances are these officers are not going to take it like that. Chances are these officers doing what they did will rather for this lady to lose her life than for them to get fired, getting in prison. Chances are, like a whole bunch of victims in a Jamaica, nothing comes out of it. However, if there's video evidence to prove, so them take the car, go at this supermarket, this wholesale, and buy this, camera this, camera that, people, the video from the ATM machine, hopefully this lady have the sense of mind or get some sort of legal advice. People, usually when you hear stuff like this is not a one-off thing. These officers have been doing it probably for a very long time. It just happens. Karma caught up to them. The law of possibility and probability caught up to them. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. I understand that this might be your grandma's favorite YouTube channel. However, this is not the typical run-of-the-mill mama and papa channel. This is news with a buzz. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, and sharing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.